Hi, I'm Keith O'Crusy, the Student Career Programs Manager in the Career Development Services Office at Hunter College. And I'm very happy to be presenting this workshop today, Assessing and Negotiating the Job Offer. At this point in your college career, I'm sure you're all either getting ready to go on job interviews and you want to make sure that you are well prepared to discuss salary and to talk about benefits, or you might already be receiving offers and you want to ensure that you're able to negotiate effectively with your employer and also understand the benefits that they may be offering you for the position. This particular workshop is going to be hosted over two separate videos. The first video will cover how to assess the various parts of your job offer, and the second part will be all about how to negotiate your salary. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy. So as we begin, I want to cover the expected outcomes of today's workshop. As a result of the workshop, you should be able to evaluate various parts of the job offer, including salary and benefits, identify salary and benefits that are important to your career plans, and negotiate with employers about your salary offer. Before we begin, I'm going to share with you a number of different parts of the job offer that you should be aware of. This is intended to familiarize you with various terms, but it isn't an exhaustive list, and there's a lot more to learn. So in order for you to really be fully prepared to accept or evaluate an offer, it's important for you to continue to do your research, use these terms to help you to explore, and finally, an important part of this entire process is to maintain a good professional relationship with your recruiter or hiring manager, as well as the benefits officer, who can explain the specific benefits of your potential employer with more detail. So use this as a way to formulate your questions and be ready and prepared to ask those questions when necessary of those professionals. Let us begin. So let's start off with the parts of the job offer. So at this point, an employer is interested in hiring you. They're really excited in your candidacy, and they will usually send you an email with a notice that provides all of the information about the terms and conditions of your new employment. So these are going to be some of the major parts of that offer. Not all of these parts might be available, so it's important to understand what these terms are so that you can navigate and make choices effectively. Number one, salary. Salary is one of the most important components of the job offer, something that many of you already are thinking about. What is important about salary is for you to really be familiar with what the expectations are within your given field, and that includes the range of expectations that you can have or should have when it comes to your level of experience and what you provide to the employer. So understanding the expected salary is a critical component to being able to effectively evaluate the job offer. Health benefits. Now, health benefits are a very complex component to your job offer, and many of us may have different requirements or expectations or needs depending on our circumstances. It's important for you to understand some basic concepts when it comes to health insurance so that you can make a choice that's right for you. Much of the differences when it comes to the various plans that might be offered will be in the amount of money that you might have to pay out for your plan, as well as the flexibility of your plan to be able to see various providers. So here are a few terms and concepts to be aware of. Number one is the term premium. This is the amount that you would pay for your plan. The deductible is the amount that you would pay for a claim before your insurance pays. And the copay is a partial payment that you might pay for service. All of these terms are important for you to be aware of. Also, These may vary depending on the insurance provider and the insurance plan. Now, when it comes to the various plans, there are two main types. Health Maintenance Organization, or HMO. This is a plan that will only pay for visits with providers that are within a specific network. And Preferred Provider Organization, or PPO, this is a network where there are fewer restrictions with the providers that you might see. So there's still a network, but you might have fewer restrictions, which means that you might be able to see providers outside of your plan. There are a number of other different types of restrictions and requirements when it comes to these various policies. These should be explicitly stated in the employer's offer. And again, any questions about your plan are something that you can address with either the human resources manager, your hiring manager, or the benefits officer, depending on the organization and who manages those various responsibilities. The other thing to be aware of when it comes to health benefits is just evaluating your own needs. You might want to have a plan that is lowering costs. Often, however, that comes with the lack of flexibility in your plan. Or you might need more flexibility, which possibly means that you will be paying more for that health plan. You want to evaluate your budget, evaluate your healthcare needs, and plan accordingly. Retirement benefits. This is another complex component to the job offer. Retirement benefits are benefits that you receive after you complete your employment with an employer. These are intended to help you as you live out your days after when you retire. There are two main types of plans. Defined benefit, which is a guaranteed amount of money at retirement. These are often associated with the public sector, particularly in education and in government type of employment. And contribution plan, which is money that's invested by you and or your employer towards your retirement. And the amount that you receive will be based on the markets and your investment strategies. There are a number of different types of contribution plans. The employer might offer you what's called a 401k, or you might have the option of taking out a tax-deferred plan, Roth IRA. There are a variety of options that you may have when it comes to saving for your retirement. It's important when it comes to choosing a plan to know how much money might be invested and also distributed, as well as any potential penalties that you might have if you decide to take out any of that money prior to retirement. It would also be important for you to know how long you need to be working for an employer in order for you to be able to receive those benefits, which is called vesting, when you can retire, and how many years of service you need to have in order for you to have full benefits. These can all vary depending on your plan. There is a document called the Summary Plan Description, which is a requirement that the employer needs to provide you by federal law, which is ERISA. You should really review that summary plan description, and that will give you all of the information that you need to have in order for you to make a decision about your retirement benefits. And again, if you have questions about your retirement benefits and plans, it's important for you to ask those questions of the appropriate professionals within your employer or potential employer's organization, so that you can have those answers it will all depend on the specific organization. So you want to ensure that you're asking the questions to get the answers that you need. Okay, so here are some other parts of the job offer that are important to be aware of. Time and leave policy. This is the policy your employer may have when it comes to sick time or vacation time. Important to be aware of the total number of days that you can take with your employer for either sick leave or vacation time or both. Also, employer packages might differ in terms of how you accrue that time. So you want to know how much time you need to be working for your employer in order for you to accrue days. Disability and life insurance. This is specific insurance that provides income in case of injury, which would be disability insurance, or death, which would go to your family or whomever you leave that to, your beneficiaries, which is life insurance. Flex time. With more and more of us doing remote work and having flexible time and flexible hours, this is the employer's policy when it comes to your ability to have flexible hours or not. So some employers still might stick to a very specific rigid schedule, such as 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, or they might have flexible hours, which would allow you to work over the weekends or possibly in the evening or split your schedule. Wellness benefits. Employers might have options for you to take advantage of gym packages, memberships, other ways for you to keep fit. Tuition assistance would be funding that's provided to you if you decided to pursue your graduate degree or other forms of study to help you to advance. Commuter benefits, which are benefits that are paid specifically for you to be able to travel to and from work. Professional development. This can include professional conferences, memberships with professional associations, or other forms of training that will help you to continue to learn, continue to stay abreast of technology and other trends within your discipline, and also for you to advance. Restrictive covenants are agreements that you make between your employer, which will restrict some aspects of the work that you do. This is very common in areas such as technology. Non-compete agreements are ones that will not allow you to apply for and start work with similar employers within a given industry. And usually that's governed by a specific amount of time, such as 6 months after your employment or 1 year after your employment with that company. Non-disclosure agreements means these are agreements that prevent you from disclosing private secure information of the company that you work for. And non-solicitation agreements, which are agreements that prevent you from selling information, proprietary information about the company that you work for to others. Other factors to consider. So beyond benefits, it's also important for you to evaluate and weigh other aspects of the work that you'll be doing. You want to consider the culture and the climate of the employer. You want to think about the workspace, if it's a nice setting that you'd like to work with, if that's something for you to, if that's something that's important for you, or maybe not, but you want to consider the environment and the setting. Promotional opportunities. Is this a company that allows you to move upwards through a specific chain of command, or that has a variety of different ways for you to move into new roles? Your role and your duties. What are the specific responsibilities that you have? Is this the sort of work that you enjoy doing? Your work product and impact. Is this the type of organization that's going to allow you to thrive, do the sort of work and have the sort of impact that you would have with whether it's your customers, your students, patients, whomever it is that you're working for? Is this the kind of work that you'd like to contribute to? Supervision and training. Are these managers that you would enjoy working with? Do they have a very particular philosophy that allows you to thrive? Are there opportunities for you to develop your skills? Commitment to diversity. Many employers have what are called employee resource groups that help members of various communities within an organization to connect with each other and foster growth and really empower those from diverse backgrounds. Union representation. Many employers have a union that protects you from issues that you may have within your workplace. Opportunities to be competitive. Is this an environment that's going to allow you to be creative, try new things, and give you a competitive advantage if that's what you're looking for? And philanthropic opportunities. Is this an organization that does fundraising, that engages in various philanthropic types of events and programs? Is this a type of employer that is focused on community building and providing support to communities that are in need? Finally, before we close this video, it's important to think about what benefits are important to you. So as an assignment and a takeaway from this particular portion of the workshop, take a moment to identify the benefits that you want or need. List 3 or 4 must-haves. Prioritize that list. What will go first, second, third, and fourth? Will you put salary first or will you put health benefits first? Think about what's most important to you. What would you compromise? You may not be able to get everything on your list. So what could you take off of that list? What will be something that you're willing to give up in order for you to get something else? Finally, what information do you think you might need to know about these benefits to help you with your decision? Okay, so that concludes this portion of the